pilot experience. New airline pilots, once required to have 250 flying hours, now need 1,500 hours. But some airline executives say that requirement is contributing to the shortage.
This is not a safety issue. And I think it's important that some of the politicians start to act and take this up, because if they don't, they're putting the industry in jeopardy.
I just flabbergasted that someone could say this worked perfectly for 13 years. We haven't had a plane crash, but we'd like to change it.
A change in regulations would be felt most at smaller regional airlines. Contracted by major carriers to operate short routes, they make up 40% of all flights in the United States.
It's the rule of the land.
Regional Airline Association President Faye Malarkey Black supports substituting some flight time for classroom time.
We should not be talking about rollback or repeal, but add and replace and enhance so that we can open up training pathways to people who have not had access.
This week, an executive from JetBlue said pilots from other countries operate safely despite looser regulations. Earlier this year, I asked United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby whether the rule should change.
I won't wade into the debate on what the number of hours is.
NTSB investigators found the pilots of Flight 3407 did not properly recognize an aerodynamic stall. Ellie Kausner's family says that was due to a lack of experience, something they insist regulators never forget.
We put rules and regulations in place that have prevented plane crashes largely, and that's the legacy. Is let's not lower our safety standards. That's our legacy.
Work is just starting on a new FAA reauthorization bill, and the Kausners fear that change could get slipped in to that bill. They also fear they're just simply too old to fight now. John Kausner, who I interviewed, was 61 when this happened. He's 73 now. You know, it begs mentioning this was the last major fatal airline crash in the United States. 50 people died, including one person on the ground, Alex.
Terrific report. So much turmoil in that industry. Thanks so much, Pete Montine.
Anytime.
All right, well, Dave Chappelle, the comedian, is weighing in after being attacked on stage in Los Angeles. He is making his first comments since that attack.
Well, CNN is live on the front lines in eastern Ukraine, where Russian forces are intensifying their attacks. We're going to take you there.
He's interviewed 5 U.S. presidents, authored 7 books, and has an independent voice that resonates.
What happened to when we were united against a common enemy?
He's raw, unique, and one of America's most important talk show hosts. Watch Smirconish, Saturday on CNN. No holds barred.
Out front tonight, hypocrite in chief. So let me just put it to you straight, Senator. Senate Democrats, they're getting their butts kicked.
No nonsense.
Are you simply shooting the messenger because you don't like the message?
Facts first.
How stupid do you think we are? Allies in Washington are covering for him, and they shouldn't get away with it.
Because getting to the truth matters.
The Washington Post went and confirmed the date of that hearing. So you're telling me unless I go back in the time capsule, you're not going to believe it?
Aaron Burnett out front, Tuesday to Saturday on CNN.
A bunch of rounds came in and we are getting out as fast as we can.
Every time we try to get out the front door of this building, there's another impact.
If they had seen you taking pictures, you could have been killed.
How close were we here to a true disaster?
Why are Ukrainian citizens being taken to Russia?
When people are seeing what they're seeing now, how do you convince them to be hopeful?
In Warsaw,
In Severodonetsk,
in Kharkiv, in Lviv.
Ukraine. This is CNN.
Your morning lineup. The lead with Jake Tapper. And a global brief with Bianca Nobilo. There's no better way to bring politics and breaking news into context. Across Africa, businesses are working together like never before. All new on CNN, Connecting Africa.
Join me and Lenny Jokas as we crisscross the continent to show you how new connections are revolutionizing commerce in Africa.
This month, Connecting Africa through food.
what we're looking for is trade between all countries, the east to the west and from the west to the north.
Connecting Africa on CNN in association with Afrexim Bank.
Business never sleeps. As the sun sets in Seoul and Shanghai, deals are signed in Dubai, and Europe is already in play. New York prepares to make its first move. I'm Julia Chatterley, journalist, global market analyst, and host of CNN's First Move. Join me in the financial capital of the world for market-moving perspective on the news influencing global politics, culture, and finance. I'll speak to newsmakers, risk takers, and the ultimate game changers. Bold moves, big deals, winning trades. It's all right here. Make CNN your first move.
First Move with Julia Chatterley. Tonight on CNN.